So my name is George. I originally come from Cyprus, but I came to the UK for my studies, and at the same time I started my life coaching business. I'm a spiritual life coach. I say I work in publishing during the day, and then I'm a spiritual life coach at night. And I see so many young people my age who have no idea about money, and I'm like, you have to do FFU. Don't wait until you're 40 or 50 to start doing it. I feel so lucky to have found it at the start of my career, on my first job. Every time I spent all my money, I felt like I was cheating on myself. I felt like I was stealing from myself, and I knew there was something more to the whole money thing. But I didn't know. I didn't know about it. And that's why I panicked. So I came out of university, I had no idea how to manage my personal money. So I'm like, okay, I have to do a business degree. So I went to like one of the top 5 business schools in the UK to do a master's degree in business management. Fantastic degree, I gained a lot of tools and knowledge, but it was all about working for large corporations. There was nothing about personal finance. So I came out of my master's degree in business, and I still had no idea what insurances were. I had no idea how to invest in stocks. I had no idea how to budget my money and how to make life work. So I got into my first full-time job. Money came in, money came out. I'm like, what am I doing? What am I supposed to do with that? How do I plan for my financial freedom? I can't allow a company to control me for my entire life. There has to be a better way. The first time I found out about you was through the book, The Wealth Chef. So it came to me in January. It was the new year, New Year's resolution. Let's get this thing down. So I read the book. I love the book. I applied the ETF, the basic ETF formula, the investing formula. It worked for me. So I'm like, I need to go deeper. And then as soon as I found out we were doing FFU, I knew I was on it. The reason I have so much resistance around income statement and accounts in general is because my dad owns an accounting firm in Cyprus. So growing up, it was always the expectation that I have to take over my dad's business, and I had all that weight to carry on my shoulders, and I just couldn't care less. And that was the resistance. I was like, no, not going there, not doing an income statement every single month. I am not going there. So then you brought it up, you pushed me, I could see the resistance. I'm like, oh my God, I have so much resistance around this. Maybe I should give it a try. So I gave it a try, and guess what? It liberated me from living the future of my money to chances, to a company controlling me with a wage. I could finally get control over my money. This is powerful, this is power. So now, my money date is my most fun day in the month. I do my income statement, I see where I am, I check in with my ETF investment, I see how much my net worth has grown. It makes me feel a step closer to financial freedom. So my net worth increased by 300%. Yes, I calculated that, and I'm owning it. Whereas in the past, I wouldn't own it because I would be, I'm a spiritual person. I'm not supposed to talk about money. Now I go back and I see my investment, and I see that the value of my investment is more than the cost of my investment, which proved what you said. Now I can see the results, and that makes me feel more empowered to keep investing more and more and more. But even from the first step of starting to invest, it felt good investing in my future. It gave me a sense of security. Now, a year later, I can see that it's working. So I'm like, hey, let's put in some more. Let's invest in a different ETF now. In the module about investment and stock investment, you excluded all the jargon that is not relevant. I mean, finance is such a big subject. You toned it down, you stripped everything down to what I need for my personal finance, to what I need at this point of my journey, not to what I will need in like 10 years' time. That's the passive investment mastery school. That's what it's all about. But it helped me that I wasn't overwhelmed with all the financial jargon, that I wasn't overwhelmed with 10 different formulas on how to invest. It was very easy for me to get started with a simple formula. This is what you have to do. Don't get stuck in analysis paralysis. And so I went through everything, and I found out that I was paying a really high amount for my electricity. So I called the company. I'm like, is there a better deal you can give me? And there was a better deal. I mean, it was so easy to get like half the price of what I was paying. And I didn't have to like be sneaky or lie or do anything. It was just asking for a better deal. Something we take for granted as like the electricity bill, we can get so much more value in a sense out of our money if we just be conscious around our money and be aware of how we're spending our money. That was quite big. Ladies reading Wealth Chef right now. She's 2 years younger than I am. She's 23, and I'm like, okay, you have to read this book. Trust me, it's worked. I've done it, it's working. So she's read it and she started investing right now as well. I see so many people in the spiritual field being disconnected from money because they are spiritual, because money is not spiritual. And I think that's a very deeply entrenched limiting belief in the spiritual culture as well. Having the group over there was incredibly supportive because I knew that when resistance would come up, I could go there, I could unload it off, vent it off if I needed to, and get support, not just from you, but from everyone else going through the same experience, from people who have already gone through the same experience. I had a pool of people from different backgrounds, in different stages in their financial journey, to provide me with perspective, while at the same time having the Wealth Chef there guiding things and supporting me in my journey. It was incredible to have this resource. I mean, it's a great resource, the Facebook group, and I have it for life. I mean, I can go now and get support or support others at the same time from my experience. Really satisfying for me as well to feel that I'm contributing to that group. It's so helpful knowing that I can go back at a different point in my financial freedom journey to get more updates. Like, for example, right now, I'm solely focused on stocks because I want to master that first. I know I have a passion for property investment, but I know I'm not ready for it yet. But I've been through the property investment module, I've got my notes down, I know how to make it work. But when the time comes, when I feel confident in my stock investment, I'm gonna go back there, I'm gonna study that in even more depth, I'm gonna maybe get some more guidance from the Facebook group, and I'm gonna start working on that as well. It's so helpful knowing that I have all that course throughout my life to visit as we move on, to check in with myself, to learn more and to apply more, while at the same time the course gets constantly updated. It's a lifelong journey. It's not like a one kind of thing, and one-off thing you do whatever age you are and then you're off. Last year, I would be so disempowered. I don't know shit about money. Now, I do know shit about money. To believe in the power of investing money towards your future. I didn't hesitate at all to pay the investment for FFU because I know when you invest towards something, you're gonna give it your all. You're gonna give so much more energy in it. So because I feel that many people may be hesitant to go for it because of the money, because there are so many people out there in the web trying to trick you by giving them money to make you billionaires, but it's not like that. Watch the videos, see if you resonate, and then if you find resistance towards the money part, remind yourself that this is an investment towards your future, and by investing this money, you're gonna give it 120%. I mean, I'm so thankful to you, first of all, for putting in the course, and second of all, for pushing me when I needed to be pushed in a very loving way. But you're spiritual, you get money from an energetic perspective, from a practical perspective, and you're the best coach I could ever ask for when it comes to that, and I'm so grateful.